Days of Our Lives spoilers. Clyde Weston's reign of terror shows no signs of slowing down. Will anyone be able to put an end to his rampage? Theresa replaces Sloane as Tate's lawyer, employing a bold legal strategy that forces Justin out of the picture. Secrets from Nicole to Holly. A surprise visit from Sarah at Tate's house in Salem. Greetings to all Days of Our Lives fans. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Clyde Weston still wreaking havoc. Will his reign of terror end? According to new Days of Our Lives spoilers, Clyde Weston shows no signs of slowing down his criminal activities. From ordering Stephen Dimura to commit murder to attempting to blackmail Ava Vitali once more, Clyde's devious schemes show no bounds. With his grip tightening on Salem, can anyone put a stop to his nefarious ways on the NBC Peacock exclusive? This week on Days of Our Lives, Clyde instructs Stephen to complete the job at hand. He cannot risk having the police suspect Stephen in the crime. Despite his lack of loyalty to his employer, Stephen may feel compelled to tell the truth to protect himself. As the hospital is filled with law enforcement, the question remains, will Stephen follow through and eliminate Harris? Clyde is certainly hoping for a positive outcome. In other news, Clyde issues a warning to Ava Vitali, urging her to continue carrying out his dark deeds. However, Ava is faced with a dilemma as she discovers that Detective Harris Michaels has been showing her kindness. Meanwhile, Trip and Wendy are in a dangerous situation, trapped and running out of air in their holding cell. Ava fears that her boss may resort to extreme measures. Will she be forced to succumb to Clyde's threats once again? Stay tuned to find out on Days of Our Lives. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest that Ava Vitali is ready to take drastic measures and may call in reinforcements to put an end to Clyde Weston once and for all. As Steve Johnson and John Black search for Trip and Wendy before it's too late, time is of the essence in their race against the clock. Can Clyde's reign of terror ever be brought to an end? Viewers of Days of Our Lives are eager to see someone put a stop to Clyde Weston's dangerous activities. With numerous lives at risk due to his tainted drugs and potentially deadly actions, the urgency to stop him is higher than ever. As the search for Trip and Wendy intensifies, it becomes clear that Clyde's influence may extend further than anyone realizes, with speculation that even Everett Lynch may be linked to his criminal activities. The question remains, who will be the one to finally bring an end to the Statesville menace? However, the time has come for Clyde Weston's reign of terror to come to an end. Days of Our Lives weekly spoilers suggest that this could occur as early as next week. Will someone finally be able to put an end to him? Tune into the Peacock soap opera to find out. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Theresa Donovan has a fierce legal strategy to help Tate Black get off the hook for his alleged involvement in Holly Jonas' coma. She decides to swap Sloane in as Tate's lawyer, pushing Justin out in the process. Tate is not responsible for Holly's condition, but has been unfairly facing the consequences. Feeling let down by his parents, Brady and Theresa are determined to fight for Tate's freedom. Brady seeks help from Nicole Dimura in order to talk to Holly, but Nicole shuts him out, insisting that Holly needs her rest. Theresa's approach proves to be more aggressive as she takes charge in the battle for justice for Tate. It's no surprise if Brady doesn't succeed in his efforts, as Nicole is currently focused on Holly's recovery. Holly has been struggling with memory issues since waking from her coma, making her unlikely to be of much help even if Brady were able to communicate with her and remind her of Tate's innocence. Theresa decides that Tate needs a more aggressive legal approach, leading her to replace Justin Kyriakis with the formidable Sloane Peterson Brady. Sloane's cunning tactics and expertise are expected to be instrumental in resolving Tate's legal troubles. Fans can anticipate Sloane's unconventional methods potentially involving some underhanded tactics in the courtroom. This situation might result in tension, especially if Theresa decides to break things off with Justin without Brady finding out. This revelation could hinder the progress Brady and Theresa have made in their relationship. Despite this, Theresa will likely prioritize supporting Tate and may believe that this action demonstrates her dedication to saving him at all costs. Rumors suggest that once Sloane is hired, she will act aggressively in Tate's defense. Stay tuned for more updates on her potential impact on the situation. On Wednesday's episode of Days of Our Lives, EJ and Nicole Dimura hear Holly coughing and rush to her room. Holly is confused and groggy, unaware of the passing time. Nicole reassures her after explaining she had been in the hospital. Meanwhile, Chad picks up treats and runs into Sarah in the town square. This sparked discussions about Johnny and Channel Dimmer's marriage redo, as well as EJ's skepticism towards Xander Cook being framed. When EJ informed Sarah about Holly waking up, she promised to come right away. Unable to breach doctor-patient confidentiality, Sarah was convinced Chad would soon receive a call from his brother. After Sarah's departure in the latest episode of Days of Our Lives, Chad bumped into Stephanie Johnson and apologized for not being aware of Everett Lynch alias Bobby Stain. Stephanie pondered the idea of falling for a compulsive liar and agreed to join Chad at the Horton house to distract herself. Chad showed Stephanie the damage for insurance purposes and shared the news about the surviving Horton ornaments from the fire. Stephanie was relieved to see that Tom and Alice Horton's chair had survived the fire unscathed. EJ called Chad to share the news about Holly waking up, which made Chad happy. Despite the lack of progress in the investigation, EJ remained hopeful. Stephanie asked Chad about the mysterious phone call he received, and he mentioned the distorted voice and unsettling message he believed came from Clyde Weston. Meanwhile, Sarah conducted a quick examination of Holly at the Dimmer mansion, noting that Holly seemed disoriented and kept falling asleep. Despite Holly's condition, Sarah was optimistic about her recovery and provided Nicole with instructions on caring for her. She suggested more tests at the hospital once Holly had adjusted. Sarah and EJ's relationship was strained due to the Xander situation, causing EJ to distance himself. Nicole apologized for the tension, but Sarah brushed it off, prioritizing caring for Holly. Despite this, Sarah struggled to reconcile EJ's caring side with his refusal to consider Xander's innocence. Nicole reassured Sarah that the truth would come out, with Sarah feeling confident in Xander's innocence. In a park encounter, Alex Kyriakis discussed his concerns with Kristen DeMira, prompting her to criticize his actions with Theresa Donovan. Alex justified his decision to retreat from proposing due to a support group meeting for partners of addicts, where Tate Black also complicated matters for him. Kristen wasn't surprised when Theresa moved out after Alex broke her heart. As Theresa moved in with Brady Black, Kristen argued with Alex about whether she could win her ex back. Eventually, Kristen decided to make an excuse to visit the townhouse and hinted that Theresa should also pay a visit. On the next episode of Days on Wednesday, Brady and Theresa were concerned about Tate's recent behavior. Brady tried to reassure himself that teenage boys often rebel against their parents, but Theresa felt Tate shouldn't direct his issues at them. When Tate called, Theresa put him on speakerphone and hoped for an apology. Instead, Tate informed them that a spot had opened up at a halfway house in Salem. Theresa and Brady were eager to have Tate closer to home, but Tate acted like that was a negative thing for him and remained on the fence about even taking the spot. Kristen showed up under the guise of giving Brady the Valentine's Day card that Rachel Black taped back together. Although Kristen suggested visiting Rachel as a team and proving they could work out their issues, Brady argued that they couldn't work out their issues at all and wanted Kristen to leave. When Alex arrived, Brady sarcastically insisted that now it was a party. Alex wanted to have an honest conversation with Theresa, but she shut him down and eventually took Tate's follow-up call. Since Tate had decided to take the spot in the Salem halfway house, Brady and Theresa hugged over the transfer news. Kristen and Alex were stuck looking jealous nearby. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Theresa and Brady will keep hoping to fix things with their son. So stay tuned to see if Tate will cooperate. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.